Hello everyone! So this video is going to be kind of special. So many of you guys in your comments responded that you wanted to see a disassembly video, specifically of the Orion. So we're going to do that today. But I'm also going to do a disassembly of the Wismec Active, of this Suorin Vagan. It sounds so German, this Suorin Vagan. Any of you guys that speak German, what is that close to? Suorin Vagan or Suorin Vagan? Comment below what it is to get pinned. If you get it right, I'll pin you. Also doing the Suorin Drop. So, today's video, like I mentioned, it is going to be mostly, uppy closey. I've got my camera all ready. It's going to do something along those lines there, like that. So this is going to be in the way the whole time. But for the meantime, we can't have that there. So, alrighty. Yeah, I'm forgetting something, aren't I? I'm forgetting something. What was I saying? I wanted to tell you guys about... Oh, right. I'm going to China. So... all of this, I'll try and film a bunch of stuff this week. I'll probably have the same shirt on because I'll do multiple reviews at once. But I'm going to try and knock out a bunch of videos for you so that while I'm in China filming, you guys can be enjoying this stuff. So yeah, in China, I will be going to a bunch of different factories. Many of you guys already suggested factories I should go to. So at the moment, I am going to try to go to the Lost Vape factory. I'm gonna try and do Og Vape. I'm gonna try and do Geek Vape and try and do a couple other ones, maybe Vapresso. It depends on time and really what I'm doing there, but I'm really gonna try and bring you guys, behind the scenes, bring all my gear and show you the inner workings of China because yeah, it's super fun. Plus like the whole food thing and oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So please, patience because I'm gonna be gone and I'm gonna do my best. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is actually putting everything on a USB drive and mailing it home because internet over there is so horrendous. Yeah, I'll be active on Instagram. I'll be talking to you guys. But just so everyone knows why I'm like kind of this way on posting videos right now, it is going to be because China. So yes, thank you guys for understanding. Thank you for following, all that. Now, let us get into the mess, shall we? Where to start? Well, let's just start with the Active. Why not? Because it's the biggest, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and install my little camera here. Pay no attention to me. And we'll get this sorted out. Now, yeah, no, there's no way I'm going to keep... Okay, I'm going to turn you off. I'll be back. Alrighty. We've got the Wismec Active, which you guys have already seen to a large degree. There are 4 bolts. There's one here, one here, one here, and one here. Alright. This then pops out, and you can actually see some of the goobers here. Whoa. Okay. There we go. So on this outer edge is some grease and an O-ring. You see it there? So this grease and O-ring is their attempt, so to speak, at waterproofing or water resistance. And this will work. I mean, it's a goopy seal. However, under pressure, as we know, it doesn't hold. But you can see here, you've got the little plastic piece here that the speaker is mounted to. You got screws there to take the speaker off if we want to, which, yeah, why don't we just go ahead and do? Ooh, they're glued. Oh, they're glued. Might not be able to get this one. That's sealed. Anyway, here you've got your Bluetooth options. This little board in there. You've got the battery pack, which does come out-ish. There it goes. Alrighty. And then we've got the board. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually see this. You can actually see some of the water damage right down in here. Where this particular unit, again, failed. This is the second unit I had that failed in the water, but enough of that. This chip is their avatar controls. Now, outside of it getting wet, this is a good device. It's a decent device. I was really happy with it. So please don't misunderstand my, unhappiness with the water to be an unhappiness with the device, generally speaking. This was awesome. I just say, keep it out of the water and you'll be fine. Yeah, the avatar controls board. I believe this is one of the first products that they're actually putting the avatar controls boards into. This was something that was happening when I was still in Wismec, or rather something we were pushing for in Wismec to be able to have our own board. So that's the inside of that one. Got your buttons. Everybody's happy. I'm not going to bother disassembling it further. So enjoy. Next up, Suorin Drop. Now these are really cool. They're just a little refillable pod. I don't really necessarily see a reason to do a review on these. I'll try and open this up. If you'd like, you can actually see the You see the cotton and the coil all right there. These are pretty cut and dry, to be honest. This isn't necessarily what I was looking at. I was actually going to spend a little bit more time on the battery here. So, let's see. We got to change up my little tip here. Yep, bingo. Ooh, these came out easy. Probably another screw behind here. There we go. Wrong size. Yeah. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. The inside of a Suorin Drop. So as you can see, all the electronics are super, super simple. Super easy. If you ever had to take this apart to clean it, you totally could. These little plastic things are just simply diffusers for the LEDs, which are just here on either side. So that sits on top just like so. I think the other one, yeah, you can see the other one sat just there. So yeah, you've got your very, very, very small minimal board. You've got your air pulse sensor just here, right? I'm sure you can see that. And of course you got your positive and negative. So yeah, everything is super clean on these little things. And this is your battery here. Battery says, what does the battery say? 1.15 watt hours and 3.7 volts. Alrighty, put this one back and be a good boy. So yeah, these Suorin Drops are really fun. Again, it's a very old oh, look at this, I got a sticky. Got a tag along. Suorin Drops have been out for quite a long time and they're incredibly popular. Again, they're one of the more airy draws, especially on a refillable pod system. But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? I actually really like these things. I don't use it regularly, but you know, if somebody handed me one to use, I would be happy to do so. There we go. Back to normal. Make sure everything works. There it goes. Yeah, she's good. Okay, cool. Always do a little test. Ta-da! Now, the Vagan. We do the Suorin Vagan or Vagan, one of the two. Now, something I thought was interesting on these pods, you can see right here where my finger, where my thumb just went in. There's a little tab there, so we're going to take the pod apart on this one versus the drop that had a sealed pod. So I know this feels like I'm rushing through this, but these are incredibly, oh, what is this? Yeah, these are incredibly fun little devices, and there's really nothing to them. You know, it's just it's a two-piece molding. You know, you got your little rubber piece in here, little LED light, right? That turns on, telling me there's no atomizer. And then just like a little bottom plastic clip. So this plastic clip is a different material than these two. And I have to give them kudos, to be honest. The color matching on this is fantastic. Whenever we were working with products at Wismec, or Elite for Joytech for that matter, anytime we had a material difference, you know, it was a huge plus to get a color even close to the same, especially when you had, you know, a plastic and a metal, especially a molded metal versus a CNC'd metal. That was even harder. So yeah, there's two little tiny screws inside here. I'm sure you can see. I'm going after those. And we'll go from there. Yep, there it goes. So you've got a three-prong. Oh, I broke off a piece. That's all right. So you've got a little three-prong plug and a stabilizer pin effectively to keep this from rocking. That's kind of interesting. And then that again reveals a slightly larger screw here as well. Now what I'm noticing is we had two little screws and one big one on the drop. And those are the two little ones on the bottom and then one big one underneath here. So this one, we've got the same thing. We've got two little ones inside and then one big one here. So it's interesting. Keeps everything the same for manufacturing. Alrighty, let's get this one apart here. Oh, this just fell apart. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, so this is a 1.59 watt hour versus the 1.15 on the drop here. And again, as you can see, everything is very neatly kept. You got the little USB over here, which is just a loosey-goosey little connection. Those are no biggie. So again, you know, for whatever reason your USB thing stops working, might be just one of these little wires. You can take it apart and look. I mean, these are so cheap that, you know, if it's something that easy, it's super easy to fix. Just go ahead and do it. Again, this is if you're DIY crazy, like I am. But right here, you've just got a little piece of rubber. You know, it's nothing crazy. It's just enough of a sealing where any juice coming down wouldn't potentially damage the board there. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this all the way apart, because why not? Ta-da! So this is actually pretty cool. They've gone ahead and made the rubber sealing for waterproof on the two contacts to also be the reflector of their LEDs there. That's really cool. I like that. So if we were to go, you would go ahead and see the three LEDs. I wonder if we could actually get a vape out of this. What do you think? Yep. So quite easy, quite fun. Super simple. We're gonna go ahead and put this back. Yeah, this is really nice. Tony, if you're watching, well done, bud. This is good stuff. And actually, while I'm in China, I may go ahead and check out the Suorin factory. So if you guys want to see that happen, give me a +1 in the comments. I got the USB wrong. There we go. Just making sure everything works. All right. Definitely not the easiest thing, but she's back together and works. That pops in there like so. Good to go. All right, now for the coil. So this is actually kind of interesting. I'm curious what we all think with this one, because as I mentioned, it's got this little tooth thing going on. So I've got actually some, well, yeah, I do have juice in here. That's all right. So I've got some juice inside, which is no big deal. We'll get a rag. But for this one, I'm gonna pick a slightly smaller. I'm doing this all wrong. JayBo. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right. I'm going to pick the little guy right here. Oh, that came out really easily. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, cool. This is cool. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure there. Please don't stab myself. Please don't stab myself. Come on. There it is. Okay. So. Ah, right. I forgot about the little plug. Well, there. I'm sure you can see that. All right. So the interesting thing about this is that these wires are actually like spot welded onto those two posts. So I imagine, God, that's a little bit tough. I was going to say, I imagine you could, with a little bit of creativity, you could probably rebuild this. Now, if you notice, it is a spaced coil, but the spacing is definitely not even. I think that's quite interesting. I feel like it should be, you know, a little bit more. I'm probably messing this up now that I'm doing this, but a little bit more spaced in there as well. But here's the cool thing, right? With very little to no effort right now, you could totally change your cotton. Assuming the coil stays this way forever, which is totally fine, you could easily change that cotton. That for me is probably one of the biggest pros of this entire device. Not that I don't like the device. It's just for me, well, actually, I'll save my feedback for when I do a full-blown review of this one. But actually, that was the second con. I always put this stupid thing in backwards. Use your error. And she works. Yeah, really not a huge fan, I guess, of this one compared to, for example, like the Exceed Edge. And I know I'm being biased because it's an actual coil, but not bad. I will say, huge plus on this one being the changeable cotton. So, well done there, guys. That is going to be it for the Suorins, right? So I think the next thing we're going to do here, I got one of these. Now, Shaggy, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm going to tear apart your baby. All right. Now, I haven't actually looked at one of these in a really long time. I'm assuming I can try and get in right there on that little, I don't know if you guys can see that, can you? There's like just a tiny little black line there and there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this in here and we're going to go ahead and try. Oh, this is so horrible. So that's reasonably held there, I think. Oh, something broke. There we go. Okay, so you can actually see. Oh, you could have seen a second ago. Where's the shadow? Where it is? Come on. There we go. Oh, right there. Okay, so you can see this tiny little hole right there, and then right here. One of these is airflow. One of these is the trigger for the air sensor. So now that that is done, here's the cool thing about these, right? They were the first ones to do a side-by-side disposable. Again, not entirely sure if you can see all in there. I'm going to pull it out anyway, or try to pull it out without completely destroying it. So bear with me here, guys. But what they've done is they've gone and put a sealed tank inside. Here it goes. Okay, get the battery as well. There we are. Perfect. Okay, cool. So this is just a shell, right? Nothing to it. Just a little shell. There's a little plug in the end too, right there. So, ta-da, shell. There you go. You can see light through it. This is actually a brilliant idea because what it is you've got all your electronics, and by electronics, it's literally a start and stop. So you've got your air sensor right here, you've got your battery here, and you have your tank effectively. So, you know, if you wanted to think of that little air sensor as a direct pull button, does that look familiar? This is effectively every vape pen from back in the day. But what they did is they made it into a hand shape or a form factor that is freaking brilliant. So again, you guys have my absolute kudos on this from a design perspective alone, not to mention just the flavors and what you're doing with it. So yeah, this is just an absolutely super cool, super simple, clean. I don't know. I can't compliment it enough. Now, is it for me? But that doesn't matter. Design-wise, this is freaking brilliant. And I figured everyone else should know as well because these are becoming, the standard kind of disposable type device. If you haven't actually tried one of these, please do. These things are amazing. You just throw it in your bag or what have you. Going on a trip, going in the car, put it in a suit pocket if you want to. Just pull this out, have a few vapes, whatever it is. When you're done with it, just give it a chuckaroo. And yes, I know that ensues all of the waste. And what is my focus doing? Come here, get back here. There we go. That ensues the whole, ecological question. But I love these things. They're great. They're perfect for exactly what they are. And yeah, the best thing about the whole deal is, yes, this is a sensor and it won't work really unless I doubt it. It'll work. Let's try it. There it goes. That's me just blowing in this end. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. But yes, at the end of the day, awesome design. Great little device for what it is. Cool. Done. And lastly, right? The Lost Vape. So this one's going to be a little bit tough because they've got these cool little screws on here. Those right there. I'm not sure if you can tell exactly, but it's like a trio. It's like a 3 kind of design. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do to actually get into this thing. I'm not entirely sure I have what it takes, tools wise. I mean. Oh wait, no, this one's no. Yes. Okay, perfect. That's the one. That's the one I needed. I'm curious because this one's a little different. So I will definitely try and be going to the Lost Vape factory while I'm in China. And I think that's going to be really cool because I absolutely love some of the stuff that they do, work-wise, I mean. And a lot of what wow, there's so many. I don't know if you guys can see all this. There are so many little different types of screws on this one. It's really funny. A lot of what they do design-wise, I am a huge fan of. Obviously, when I was with Wismec, I couldn't necessarily voice too many of my opinions as far as favor for other manufacturers. Not it was a bad thing. It was just, always promote self and keep the brand, consistent and loyal. All right. So I think I've taken off. There we go. Okay, I was going to say, I think I've taken off everything that could be taken off there. So this now gives you a look inside, right, at this USB plug. Now, do you remember me in my review mentioning that this is going to wear down? Well, here you go. You can replace it. I'm sure they have this if you were to email them and just say, hey, I need a new, USB cover, whatever you want to call that thing. This is a really simple retaining system. If you look, I don't know if you can see this there. This is a tiny, tiny little nib right there, right dead center. And all that does is that catches on the inside of this. It's super simple stuff. Just like that. Yeah. Cool. I like it. Now, why isn't this coming? Oh, because I missed a screw. See? Boom. Should be titled JayBo Fails at Life. Now we should be cooking with gas. Boom. Alrighty. Come apart. What did I do wrong? There it goes. Okay, cool. So this is actually really intricate, guys. I don't know if you can see all this mess. We've got our carbon fiber bits here on the side. We've got a plate of sorts. Again, this all fits just there. Now, let me just give Lost Vape a tiny bit of kudos here, right? That's fitting without a screw, okay? This is a molded part, which is hard to keep tolerance. This is carbon fiber, right? Carbon fiber is a natural material. It is very difficult to get a consistency between here and a molded part, and they've done so with ease. So I think that's pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and take this front plate off, which should expose the board. The moment you've all been waiting for. There it is. Well, there's part of it anyway. That board held this piece on. And again, here's your locking mechanism for the pod itself. As the pod comes in, you have that little guy right here that locks in. Just like that. Pull that open, pod comes out. Cool little design. And again, here you can see the back end with the spring of the slider itself. It's just a little cam mechanism. Real simple stuff, but very well done. Cool stuff, guys. Here you got your fire button. So if you ever wanted to change the color or change what it is, that comes off super simple. Ooh, I just lost my little pin. Hang on, come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. So what just happened here is the little lock and the pin is just a floating pin. So these are all really small parts and really intricate pieces for such a simple solution, right? But again, kudos, guys. I mean, this is all not over-engineered, but it's very well engineered to the point where, you know, you're minimizing mistakes based on just, you know, hardware. Because it's well designed, you get less fault. I'm going to make my little collection of screws there. Okay, cool. Now we've got one last little screw dilly bob there, and then this whole plate should come out the bottom, which we're going to do here. Alrighty, come on. There it goes. There's the board. So you've got your fire button here behind this piece of tape. You can see the lights going off there. And yeah, let's try a wee vape. And she works. Works nicely. This is the infamous Evolve Go chip. Got your MOSFETs and regulators and all that fun stuff in there. You know, to be honest, this is a huge part of my own ignorance, especially when it comes to this kind of electronics and whatnot. I should not be stabbing at this with a screwdriver. But, you know, intelligence was never really awarded to me as a compliment at any one point in my life, so I'll take it. Oh no! I bonked my head. Come back. I don't necessarily want to take this apart any further, just for lack of necessity. Underneath this little flap here is the remaining contacts. You can see there. And these are soldered directly to the wires. I'm going to point this out right there. So your positive and negative are there and there. Wires go straight down to the back of the board and are held in place by these little indenting points. Ooh, can you see that? Held in place by those little indentation points there. So as that sits down, it's got a place to rest. Just like so. So the natural bend in this is what gives these contact points their springiness. So this is an incredibly simple solution, and one that won't wear out because you're never going to fully collapse this spring. And just by bending it, now you don't have moving parts. So the most important piece, contacts-wise, you don't have springs. And also by not having springs, you don't need material underneath it to support springs. Therefore, you get a lower profile device at the end of the day. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you look at what I'm holding, it's literally just the square just the square of carbon fiber there. You got your little battery cage. So this piece here is molded plastic. And again, I have to give them kudos. Where everything is molding up and fitting is phenomenal. And I'm sure that now that I've taken this apart, it won't fit nearly as well. But again, kudos, guys. Your build quality on this is fantastic. We're going to call it there, I think. I will reassemble this and we'll go back up top for some thoughts. All right, she's done. Now, when it comes to these pods, guys, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get this apart and still... Ooh, a little bit of leakage there. Look at that. No way that I'm going to be able to get this apart and still have it function or be able to, you know, be re-wicked or rebuilt or something else. You know, nowhere near as easy to use as, say, for example, the Vagan. It's much more of a similar system to, like, the Drop here, which you can see is a sealed... you know, molded piece. Like these are two separate parts that have been stuck together. I can try and break this open. However, on this one specifically, you can see the mold line there. It goes all the way around like that and then goes back underneath. So this bottom piece, this L would come out. And yeah, so I can get into it, but the only way to reseal it would be, again, with the glue or with, you know, with some sort of heat melting or sealing or something like that. So yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the, come on. There it goes. And she works. I just sucked on the little plug here. That needs to come out first. All right. Everybody works. Everybody's happy. This one I actually didn't have any juice in, but she works. All right. Thank you. We're going to go back up top. All right. So that was the disassembly. I hope you guys like that sort of stuff. This is the kind of thing that I like, but I can't imagine me doing a whole lot of, just because it is very, like, you know, specialized, so to speak. If there is stuff that I'm reviewing that you guys want to check out that I haven't done a disassembly on, keep jumping in on the comments. I do try and go through the comments a lot. So your comment for this week is, again, going to be, what other factories should I go visit while I'm in China? And while I'm there, what sort of, like, food things do you want to see? Because I absolutely love Chinese food, any and all. And we'll probably be filming, like I said, I'm going to be bringing my camera. I'll be filming a whole bunch of stuff anyway. But yeah, if there's a food item you want to see, jump in the comments and tell me what it is. If it is a factory you want me to go visit, again, jump in the comments. Please, if you want to, send them my email, info@JayBo's Reviews, and I'll have access to my email while I'm in China as well. So thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I hope this earned it, because I'm doing different content and all that other stuff that nobody else has given you. So yeah, if I've earned your subscription, much appreciated. If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to be doing a lot more normal stuff. It's not all going to be this kind of a thing. And again, don't forget the giveaways. It's all this week. So jump on YouTube, comment, because we're going to be picking somebody in the comments. It's for eSig City, for the new atomizers. It is going to be for the Lost Vape Orion. I'm actually going to do this one on Instagram, but if you want to just jump in the YouTube comments and say Orion, we'll do that too. Picking a couple winners off of that. We're going to be doing the Damn Vape giveaway, the atomizer, and what else? There's another one. I'm missing something. Oh, the Superb. Yes, all the Superb juices. So we're doing a Superb giveaway along with the white and gold Luxotic box. So yes, again, thank you guys for your patience. I hope you love that as much as I do. Many of these things I've never even seen the inside of. The STIG I've actually seen inside once before, but I didn't do it myself. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.